the ghost pilot of Pearl Harbor. The morning of December 7th, 1941, dawned calm and serene over Pearl Harbor, a deceptive tranquility that would soon be shattered. As the sun climbed higher into the Hawaiian sky, the unthinkable happened. A swarm of Japanese aircraft descended upon the harbor, raining destruction on the anchored ships and airfields. The attack was swift and devastating, a blow that left the United States Navy crippled and its servicemen scrambling amidst the chaos. Amid this hellish scene of explosions and roaring engines, something extraordinary happened. Witnesses on the ground reported seeing a lone P-40 Warhawk fighter plane streak across the sky, cutting through the mayhem. Unlike the other American planes, which had been caught on the ground or destroyed in the initial assault, this fighter appeared out of nowhere, battered yet fully operational. Its wings were riddled with bullet holes, its paint scorched, and its tail number unrecognizable. But its pilot flew with unrelenting determination, fearlessly engaging the enemy. The Warhawk dove headlong into a swarm of Japanese bombers and fighters, its guns blazing. The pilot displayed a skill that was almost supernatural, weaving through enemy fire and delivering precise, devastating shots. One after another, Japanese planes fell from the sky, flames trailing their descent. The ground crews, too shocked to cheer, could only watch in awe as the mysterious plane continued its assault. It was as if this lone fighter was waging a personal war against the invaders. And then, as suddenly as it had appeared, the P-40 disappeared into the clouds, leaving behind a stunned silence. Ground controllers radioed to identify the pilot, desperate to find out where the plane had come from, but no response came. When the chaos subsided, military officials scrambled to unravel the mystery. The first logical assumption was that the plane had taken off from Wheeler Field, one of the nearby air bases hit during the initial attack. But when a head count was completed, all pilots from Wheeler were accounted for. The two P-40 pilots who had managed to take off, George Welch and Kenneth Taylor, had already landed, and neither matched the description of this rogue hero. No other airfield reported launching a fighter during the attack. Curiosity deepened into disbelief when investigators cross-referenced the plane's tail number. It belonged to a Warhawk officially declared destroyed in a training accident months earlier. Records showed the aircraft had been salvaged for parts and written off as unusable. Yet, there it was, witnessed by dozens of servicemen, slicing through enemy ranks. Then, days after the attack, a farmer from a remote part of Oahu approached military authorities with a chilling story. He claimed that on the morning of December 7th, he had seen a smoking plane crash land in a field not far from his home. Curious and alarmed, he rushed to the wreckage. Emerging from the mangled cockpit was a young man with a bloodied face and a grim expression. The pilot, the farmer recalled, spoke calmly despite his injuries. He handed the farmer a crumpled piece of paper with a series of coordinates scribbled on it. "Get this to the authorities," the pilot said. Before the farmer could respond, the man turned and walked toward the dense jungle, disappearing into the shadows. The farmer did as he was told, delivering the coordinates to the military. But when they searched the location, nothing was found. No enemy base, no wreckage, no clues. Perplexed, the military sent a search party to the field where the plane was reported to have crashed. They found no trace of the Warhawk, no footprints, no evidence that the pilot had ever existed. The jungle swallowed the mystery whole. Over the years, the tale of the ghost pilot of Pearl Harbor grew into legend. Some believed he was a forgotten aviator who had returned from beyond to defend his country one final time. Others whispered that he was a vengeful spirit, a phantom determined to fight for justice in death as he had in life. To this day, the identity of the pilot and his battered P-40 Warhawk remains unsolved. The truth vanished like the plane itself, swallowed by the chaos of war and the passage of time. But for those who saw him in the skies that fateful morning, there was no doubt. He was a hero, whether flesh and blood or something far more enigmatic. The ghost pilot left behind no name, no resting place, and no answers. Only a haunting question lingers in the wake of his legend. Could there be forces at play in the crucible of war that we are not meant to understand?